boom,
voice,
bitch, boom.
Oh, caw. We're still. Ooh, my butthole puckered. So this episode, we're gonna just kind of talk about the holidays, Christmas specifically, obviously, whether likes, dislikes, past Christmases we've had. I guess one thing I want to get out of the way is I didn't realize recently. This is a few years ago. The Chive posted a thumbnail, a thread, whatever you'd call that, of the most popular Christmas present from like 1980 to 2011.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that's when I realized how spoiled of a child I was. I'm just scrolling through it right now. In 1988, Ghostbuster toys. There's this Ghostbuster tower. I can't read because it's like in weird. It's all pixelated. Yeah, it's a building. I got it. Game Boy, got it. Ninja Turtle toys, got them.
I have that.
Yep.
I got the blimp.
Okay, so I've got the van.
I might have the van. I definitely did get a lot of Ninja Turtle toys.
What
year was that?
That was in 89, I believe.
Yep.
90, whatever. Same thing. Same deal. The Talk Boy from Home Alone. I got that.
Yeah, I never got that.
Power Ranger toys, got those.
Nope.
Pogs I never had.
I bought myself. Well, I told my mom to buy it.
Tickle Me Elmo I never got. One thing, this isn't the same article I remember finding, because I remember Nintendo 64 was on there. And yes, I definitely got the Nintendo 64. Tamagotchi. Is it Tamagotchi? Tamagotchi? Yeah, Tamagotchi. Got one. Furby. That one's a little different.
That one tried to make a comeback. I was at... Almost said where I used to work.
You can always just like do like a dolphin sound or something.
That was I think like 8 years ago, or no, well, like anywhere after like 7 years ago, they started bringing the Furbies.
I remember it because where I also used to work, they had them.
Yeah.
That one I remember my parents got. That one I remember being interested. I remember it being a big deal, but that my mom totally got just because she was like thought it'd be worth money one day. Pokemon. Got that. This is when I start, like, we're now into, like, 2002. At this point, I'm going through puberty, and, like, I don't care about a lot of this stuff. Xbox 360 I bought myself.
You actually, shout out to my wife, because my girlfriend at the time, i.e. my wife, she bought me the 360. My first ever 360 was given to me by my girlfriend. And I think it was Modern Warfare 2 and Turtle Beach headsets were given to me by her dad.
Oh, wow.
So I got spoiled that year.
My parents always spoiled me. At this point, I don't want to sound like I don't get spoiled anymore. We covered this before. I'm tough to buy gifts for because I will just buy.
We should probably say it again just because just in case you're watching us for the first time, we've said this in the past. We're both very tough to buy stuff for. I don't know if one of us is easier than not. It's not a race. But I, for one, and this is going to make me sound like I have like a lot of money, and I don't. It's just, I'm talking about like normal things. I'm not going to go out and buy myself like a flat screen TV that's like $2,500.
The new Bugatti?
Yeah. But if there's something out there that I want, whether it's a hat, just stuff that's under $200 or $100, I'm going to get. Mm-hmm. I see it. I get it. If I have the money for it, I'm going to get it. With that being said, I'm not a big saver, which that kind of comes around and bites me in the ass every once in a while. But I also want to enjoy the fruits of my labor.
I'll usually just purchase something for me and be like to my wife, hey, this is my Christmas gift, or this is my birthday gift or something like that. Now I'm not.
Why? Now I can't get you anything.
I'm not really big into like. we all like to get gifts. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, don't get me anything.
But they're always shitty gifts.
Yeah, not from my wife.
No, my wife is amazing.
That's not what I'm saying. But yes, sometimes
she got me this chair.
I get anxiety about
and the 360. You said it.
Shitty chair. I get anxiety about opening gifts in front of people too, because one, I always like. People always expect you to be super pumped. And even when I'm like super excited about something, I don't typically. I'm not like, oh, wowie.
Because you're not a fucking child anymore, you know? I could appreciate something by just going like, I'm nodding for those who are listening.
Yeah, speaking of not a child's reaction, I did get my brother awesome one year. Speaking of the Xbox 360, one year I bought him like Family Guy Season 1 and 2 for Christmas. And I put it in an Xbox 360 box. And I put some weights in there so it was heavier, like just like not like actual weights, but I weighted it down with something I don't remember. And when he opened it, this is like he's like a 32, 33-year-old man at this point. He just goes like, "Oh my God, are you serious?" And I turned super red. I'm like, "Oh wow, he's not gonna live this one down."
Wow, yeah, I've never done that to anyone. Yeah, that's cruel.
He was so excited.
I did get a lot. I mean, I was a only child, so my parents didn't have to share their, Christmas shopping with anyone. It was essentially me. My relatives don't live in the Chicagoland area where I'm from, so whatever they were going to buy, they were going to buy for me. So I always got a lot of stuff. It wasn't like necessarily like toys. I played a lot of baseball growing up, so I got a lot of gear, equipment, jerseys, or not jerseys, but like, just like undershirts to wear under, jerseys, sliding pans, pads, pants, baseball pants, cleats, belts.
Pam or Pan?
Pam.
Pam?
Two ends. But I definitely got a lot of stuff. Like, growing up, I remember I did enjoy Christmas because I did get a lot of stuff. My parents did spoil me when it came to that. But I got a lot of stuff to a certain point. Like, my parents didn't believe in video games, so I never had a console. When I first started playing video games was when I finally got a computer for school, and then I used to put games in there. And
pornography.
But toys, just like toys. Like I had all the Ninja Turtles. I had all the Ghostbusters, Army Men, toy guns, which are like forbidden now because it's you don't want kids playing with toy guns.
I don't think that's the case. You mean like the replica-looking ones, or
yes.
like Nerf guns? Okay, never mind.
Replica-looking ones, not like
the ones that had like the orange like tips. So,
which there were a lot of back then. There was like M16s.
I think they should have made it a little bit more
shotguns. Orange. Like I had a shotgun that if it wasn't for like the orange cap, it looks like a real shotgun. It's like a metal barrel. I mean, this is back in the, in the 80s, 90s. So like toys were not made out of like foo plastic. They were fucking made to last. But I definitely got a lot of stuff. One year, and I still remember to this day, which is why I will never do this to my daughter. I don't know why. I don't know if they forgot or ran out of time or they didn't wrap the gifts. They had them all laying down under the tree.
Like, another question that like, were any of the gifts from Santa?
Yes, I still believed in Santa Claus. So they didn't even wrap
the Santa. Santa's making some cutbacks this year.
Yeah,
they had to get rid of the wrapping paper.
But I was definitely really, really young because I remember the building that we lived in. So we didn't. We didn't have the most money growing up at the beginning where we had to rent. So and I remember the apartment that we lived in. I had to have been definitely less than 9.
Okay.
So I was definitely young, and actually could have even been less than that. Somewhere between 5 and 9. And I was like, oh, what the hell? I mean, it was so fun because obviously I'm a kid and a tree full of toys, but it took away the suspense. And I made a point. It's like, well, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I said something about like, tell Santa Claus he needs to wrap this shit up.
Santa Claus is fucking up, man.
But I did say that I was a little like upset that it wasn't wrapped, and they never did that
Just
again.
use Nick now. They ain't no saint.
No, yeah. Just fucking fat man Nick.
Yeah, that it made me a little nervous. I thought you were gonna say something else. And I'm blushing now. I can't even think of a Christmas I was ever disappointed. My parents always went all out. Like my mom still goes crazy. Like I looked under the Christmas tree. I picked up my son from her place the other day, and I looked under the Christmas tree, and there's already so many presents under there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I don't get excited for Christmas as much anymore. There's a couple reasons for that. One is primarily the fact that I still work retail, and it's really hard to enjoy the holiday seasons, and this includes Thanksgiving, just anything after October, because I work retail. I always used to joke around that there's this thing called that, we all know about the holiday spirit. Well, in my terms of the holiday spirit is everyone acts like a fucking pile of shit. And that's because I'm dealing with people that are, one, probably running out of money, running out of time, running out of both, making last minute decisions and stuff like that. So they're all on edge, and they all tend to treat retail workers like shit. It's easy to treat someone like shit that they have a rule that they can't come back at you. So we definitely, I'm used to just getting that end of the stick where it's like, not that I don't want to make it seem like everyone I deal with is a piece of shit during the holidays, but
yeah, but I mean,
it's up there.
This is something not to get away from the Christmas one. One thing, I don't know if I ever touched on the retail aspect, but I wanted to, and if I'm repeating myself, then I'm repeating myself. But there's always a small minority of people that treat you like garbage in retail, but those are the ones that just eat away at you. It's hard. No one likes to be treated like garbage, so it's hard not to have resentful feelings towards other people. It's just hard not to hold on to those. Like if someone treats you like a decent human being or is just simply nice to you, that's how we're supposed to treat each other.
Yeah. And like one of those people could ruin your day. I was always really good about having thick skin and not taking it personally, but it's still you don't want to be, called, hey boy. I was told by a guy once, he goes, snapped his fingers and was like, hey boy, come over. And I'm like, first of all, I'm like a foot taller than this fucker. I could be throw him around. But again, he doesn't see you. Most times the customer doesn't see you as another human being. They see you as the help.
I had someone whistle at me. I mean, I've had people whistle at me several times. With this one particular incident, he whistled at me and I kept walking. Finally, he's like, hey, don't you hear me whistling at you? And I'm like, I'm not a dog. I'm not going to respond to that. And I just kept walking. He ended up finding my store manager and complaining to me about it. And he explained to him that he whistled at me. And my store manager simply was like, I wouldn't have responded either. He could have just been like, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
I apologize that he didn't react the way you wanted, but maybe give him the courtesy of just saying, excuse me, might I ask for some help,
That's so inconsiderate. I mean, I don't want to go through a tangent of just all the shit that I've seen people do. I mean, I've seen a guy throw a receipt at a cashier's face, a girl, mind you, and she started crying. It ruined her fucking day. Where it's you have no soul. You don't have a soul if you treat people like shit, regardless. Whether it's in a retail realm or in whatever, in your office or at school, if you treat other people like shit, you have no soul. But you tend to see a lot of that come crunch time, which is the holiday. So it's I do get excited for Christmas. I know it's my wife's favorite holiday.
Most people's favorite holiday, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's definitely, I don't want to say, it's not necessarily funner, but it's more memorable now with kids.
Oh yeah, by far. I'm sure you're probably in the same boat. I've never been more excited for Christmas till this year, because this is the first year that my son really gets to experience waking up in the morning, and he kind of is understanding who Santa is. He can now pick up the gifts, bring them, and even last year he still was able. He just wasn't as into opening gifts, but my mom every year does this. She basically goes around and buys books for him, 24 books. For an advent calendar, and so every day he opens up one of the books. last year he was kind of into. This year he like that's every day. He's like when we're going home, he's like, hey, I get to open another book. Yep. So just seeing that makes this coming Christmas. This is the first year we don't really have to. Usually we have to be up and go into someone else's house. They're coming to our house this year.
It's actually same scenario in our case. We're the ones hosting this year.
Nice. I'm all here, and it's not like it's not my entire family. It's just a few people. It's basically my mother and her parents. So it's just it'll be a pretty tame day. Growing up, my favorite part about Christmas, Christmas Eve was the big day for us. We'd open all our gifts.
Oh, so you opened it on Christmas Eve?
Well, not my life is like in two stages. My brother's 10 years older than me. So when he met his wife, when they got married, all of a sudden I'm 10 years old. He's 20 years old, 22, 23. I'm still 13, what have you. He's now has someone else he has to celebrate days with. And then so basically we would split up. Christmas Eve would be our holiday, and then Christmas Day would be there. And then same thing with my sister's family when they came in Christmas, and same thing with my wife. Her family gets Christmas, we get Christmas Eve. But I used to love just like waking up Christmas morning, opening the presents, and just like being left alone all day. Like everyone in the house my dad was in his corner, my mom was like off away, my sister, we were all just kind of like, just this is our day to just, we got all this new stuff. Everyone leave us alone. So, I mean, maybe that sounds a little messed up.
No, that's a nice thing. I mean, that was my thing as a kid. So I was spoiled in a way that because we didn't have any family members living out here with us, we didn't have to go nowhere. So, like, the moment I open my stuff, I'm playing. And I'm playing all day. Obviously, I'm a fucking adult now. So, usually the stuff that I get as gifts, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to play with my socks that I just got or my underwear.
I get excited about putting on new socks personally. They're so soft.
But it definitely, and I'm in the same, so our kids are like the same age. So we've kind of seen it all progress at the same time. I'm in the same boat. Like my daughter's starting to understand now. She does the same thing about the advent calendar. She's like, chocolate, I want the chocolate, whatever. So their excitement for it kind of it's hard to not let it make you excited for it. But yeah, like it's nice that everyone's coming here this time around just for the fact of we don't have to go anywhere. Except my parents. I don't think my parents are coming because they're still playing. They're still having a Mexican standoff.
Are you going to see them still? Are you going to go to their place?
That's what pisses me off because it's like if they don't come over, then that means we have to go there. And I don't feel like traveling to the city.
And I hate lugging all
the toys just to open them there and then lug them back.
Yeah, man. I just
the fuck.
Just leave them under the tree. We'll get them throughout the week.
But it is. I don't like the traveling. But the thing is,
that's a whole nother animal. I mean, you have to travel to the city. That's a bitch.
But it also sucks for me because I'm traveling and it's usually I'm traveling after I just got done work. Yeah. You know, done work. I just got
with the work.
I just got done with work. Most times by the time I get there, it's towards like the back end. Like people already left. Like I haven't seen my father-in-law, I think in a couple holidays because he's gone by the time I get there. But I got Christmas Eve off. So on Christmas Eve we exchanged gifts that we have for so long story short, my wife has 2 sisters, so they're coming with their kids, so that's a total of 4 kids. And then their significant others, and then my in-laws, and hopefully my parents. So we'll exchange the gifts that we got for my nieces, in-laws. Yeah. Hey, the sweater's on. I don't even know if you can see it that good.
No, it's not. Anyway.
But then again, I'm looking. Oh, no, I can see a twinkle. I see a twinkle, twinkle, baby. Twinkle, twinkle.
Are you talking about your wife's sister's
kids?
Those are your nieces and nephews, by the way.
In-laws.
No, they're your nieces and nephew.
But they're in-laws.
Yeah,
they're not blood.
But you don't call them in-law. They're your nieces and nephews.
In-law.
Yeah, but you don't call like that. Hey, this is my niece. And if you ever introduce your niece as your niece-in-law, they're gonna be like, "Wow, these guys aren't close."
Anyway, they're my niece. I'm Uncle. Oh, I was gonna say my name. I mean, you might have to. First of all, if you do some digging, you could hear my name on on
Say my name, say
my
my
YouTube
name.
channel, my gaming YouTube channel, and my Instagram. There's a couple times that
His
you
name's
hear it.
Jesus. Okay,
But I
Just get it
think
over
with the uncle at the beginning of it, you could probably narrow it down. By the way, it turned off.
I turned it off. I've got parties. I don't want to waste the battery.
Okay, good.
You know, I
Good
just
point.
wanted to show it off real quick. I'll have it on for the photo opportunity.
But we'll give them their gifts, and they'll give my daughter, like we'll exchange those gifts. But our own family, personal, intimate gifts, I guess, happen on Christmas Day. Like you wake up in the morning and you go downstairs. And here's the other part that sucks, especially as you become responsible and money is an issue sometimes. My wife's in the same boat as us two, where it's impossible to buy her anything because she needs something, she gets it. Everything that I get her for the most part on Christmas is stuff that it's like, yeah, I guess like I like this, I could have this, but it's not something I needed because that I already bought myself. So we decided to not get ourselves gifts this year. Essentially, our gifts were we got Apple Watches.
Okay.
We went to Best Buy and we both got ourselves Apple Watches, and that was kind of like our Christmas gift for us. I wanted to, instead of an Apple Watch, do like a TV, but I wanted to really go out on a TV this year, but my daughter's at the point where she's starting to throw shit. And I'd rather wait until.
Good way to sleep in the doghouse.
Yeah, I kind of want to wait until that's out of her, system. I mean, I guess that could always happen. My wife tells me stories about when her and her sisters, I mean, they were all like athletes for the most part, and they will, throw softballs around, and they would just fucking put them through windows all the time. So I didn't want to get like a $2,500 80-inch, nano cell TV and then have a fucking toy go through it. So, but anyway, I digress. So it's nice that we're not traveling. I don't know if she told me if this is the new thing that we're going to go to essentially cycle, and they just decided to pick us as cycle number one. So I guess next year we'll go to one of her sisters, the year after that to the other one, and then come back here. The traveling sucks. That's why I'm hoping that my parents also show up because, yes, first of all, it's all day for the most part. And you're lugging everything out there, and then you got to lug everything back, including food. Your kid's tired in the car seat. It's like an hour and a half of drive to the city from here. Like, it's exhausting. And then to add the retail aspect to it, it's like, this is technically my day off. And I'm doing so much like work, I guess, that by the time I get home, I'm just want to pass out. I don't want to. The Christmas spirit is long gone.
Yeah, bah humbug. I guess it's a little sad. The biggest reason we have kind of Christmas to ourselves is just everyone is kind of moving away. My wife's sister is about 2.5 hours away. My sister just moved to San Antonio. It was like 22 hours away. Which kind of so my brother's kids will still be there. So my son loves his cousins quite a bit, but there's one specific cousin that's his favorite, and I don't need to say names. Everyone knows who his favorite is, and he won't be able to see him this Christmas. So it's a little sad, but we still get together. It's gonna be weird this Christmas because it is usually a madhouse. There are, what is it, 5 grandkids? So, yes, that's 6. Okay, my child counts as a grandkid. Yeah. But it's usually kind of chaos.
In-law.
Yeah, it's by law. We're not blood. I mean, I don't have any. Speaking of niece and nephews, I don't have a niece or nephew by law yet. But
I have some blood ones.
But my the blood ones. My wife certainly considers it's fact. They're nieces and nephews. There's no such thing as a niece-in-law or nephew-in-law. It's not a thing.
It is a thing.
But
I just want to make sure everybody knows what's up.
I know. Like, I just want to draw a line in the center here and let you know, like, I don't love you. I'm forced to be in this room with you.
Yes.
But it won't. This Christmas probably won't be very chaotic. It's usually the kids running around like crazy. One thing why I'm excited about having Christmas at our house is part of the reason it's annoying lugging all those presents around is dragging the kid out of the house, like never wanting to leave grandma's house, you know? I'm excited on Christmas Eve, I still have to try to drag him out of that house. But at least on Christmas Day, where I'm not moving. I might only move like 3 feet that day.
Man, how long have I been with my wife? I think I've known her for... I probably should not air this out.
Over a decade.
No, it's definitely over a decade. I'm trying to think if it's like 15 years. I think it's like just a little under 15 years.
Yeah, I think. How long were you guys dating when me and you started becoming an item?
I think
it's around like 09, 08 we started hanging out. I don't, whatever.
Which I think was like we were dating for a long time by then.
Me and you.
But at the beginning of our relationship, I was very like about families because I hated my ex-girlfriend's family. Like I always was like fuck families, and then I kind of came in aggressive like. This is my sister.
It's like it's
I'm
prison.
Like,
you took out the biggest one.
Yeah. So I was like, I really didn't care about and my own family. My parents are like, they're a headache. I love them to death. Obviously, I'm not. I'm going to say the thing that everyone says. I'll never trade them for anything in the world. Blah blah blah.
You sound really sincere, by the way.
But they're a fucking pain in the ass. Like the best way I could describe them to you is for those that watch the show or have watched the show. Everyone loves Raymond. They're for the most part Frank and Marie, except Frank is more likable in the show.
He has better writing.
Yeah, so they're just tough. My mom. I'm not gonna go into the details.
I think they're two of the sweetest human beings on this earth.
Yeah, they have all of them
love
fooled.
me.
All of them fooled. All of them.
Well,
not so much
hook, line,
now.
and sinker.
But I mean, my parents don't listen to this, but I'm still not going to go too deep.
They never listen to you, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Bum.
But my mom is that like cliche Marie from Everyone Loves Raymond, when she like does nothing but like these passive aggressive, just comments or backhanded compliments, and she's always nosy, trying to find shit out about people, and so I wasn't ever like woohoo about family when it comes to like the holidays. But I do have to say, like my wife's family, like we don't have like a close relationship. Like they live far enough away. Here's the thing about also like commutes. Like you mentioned that you're not going to see your sister and your nephews your nephews.
My niece and nephews.
Yeah, I got confused. I was going to say in-law, but they're not in-law.
Yeah, no, they're blood.
Because they live in Texas. Sometimes even if it's like 2 hours away, it's a far fucking, like I hardly ever see my in-laws because that 2 hour away commute is enough for make shit not possible. I'm really bad, making sure that I see people. It's, I've been called out in the past that I don't, hang out. Hey, man, we got to hang out. It's been a year. I mean, a lot of people that were at my wedding, I haven't seen since my wedding. And these were people that, I mean, if I invited you to my wedding, I considered you close, obviously enough to be in my wedding.
I think that's generally assumed if you're invited to a wedding.
Yeah. Well, some people just go crazy and get like 400. Yeah. Like we didn't have a huge group of people, so we made the group count. Yeah. And some of these people I haven't seen since. And it's just... My excuse is it's just life. Like, shit gets, you think you're going to hang out and then all of a sudden you blink and 2 years go by.
I mean, and we also have like, by us, I mean, me and you have a pretty tight knit group of friends too, that almost work as an extension of our family. But I think we're also, again, me and you, the type of people that you can not see someone for a couple of years and kind of catch up right with them. There's a lot of people that I don't see a whole lot that I consider very close friends. I still keep in touch with, but I might not see them a whole lot because, we're all, living our lives.
Right. Now, I always ask myself, like, if I didn't work retail, would I be more social? Would I be able, like, I'm trying to make excuses that it's not the gaming, because for those that don't know me, I game every single day. I'm always down here. If you guys are watching on YouTube, like right across from me, it's all my gaming setup, and I'm down here every day, and that's my thing. And I'm social.
And he's not joking at all. Like or exaggerating. Like you probably can count on one hand how many times like in one calendar year you don't game.
And it's usually when I'm not in town.
Yeah, if you remove the
vacations and trips,
then literally, or like the one time you might not be on is like if Xfinity's fucking up.
Yeah, I agree. And even then, sometimes I'll play like a game that's just story mode.
We've always had like and I play a lot of video games as well, don't get me wrong. We've always had like a tight-knit group of friends that kind of weave in and out of it. And it always has driven me nuts when like any of them's like, hey, it always drives me nuts when like, hey, Sith, you getting on tonight?
I didn't even catch it.
And I'm like, he's on like the same time every night. Though you have gotten worse at, you definitely have to contact you because you might just not be paying attention to what's going on.
Right.
So, it used to be I just sign on and send you an invite and you're just there.
So I have a 3-monitor system.
You got a lot going on.
So, and my gaming monitor is the last one on the right. My computer dual monitors are, they're all like connected in a row. I needed to just fix this. I used to have it where I was connected through my Xbox into my computer. So if you sent me a notification, I would get a notification on my computer. And one of the last Windows update, it took that out.
I get updates. So if you send me an invite, I'll get a notification on my phone.
Okay, same thing. So
it takes like 6 minutes. That's a really specific number, but yeah, it's usually like 5 to 10 minutes later. All of a sudden, my phone, like, we'll be in a party chat already. I'm like, what? Like, so I don't know if the same thing happened.
Yeah, going back to your, like, when you send party invites, I'm not looking at the screen, and I'm always, even if I'm not gaming, I'm down here, I'm like editing these videos, I'm looking for things to do with my own YouTube channel, with my own Instagram, gaming related. Like, I'm always doing something, sometimes even watching Netflix. I like being down here. It's kind of my sanctuary. So like if someone says, hey, let's have dinner 2 hours away versus just me being down here, like after work, after dealing with people all fucking day long, I'd rather be down here and just like not dealing with so I would go out on a limb and say not a lot of people in this world get a lot of me time. I need my me time. And every night when my daughter and my wife go to bed, it's my me time. It's what keeps me from going out in the world strangling people, I guess.
And I can co-sign on your comments about working retail and how draining it can be, the hours and the interaction with the humans, because they don't often feel very pleasing when you interact with those people. I no longer work retail. I definitely make points to see people more often. I just simply have more time available to myself. I used to work hours. That's the thing about retail. The hours have to be while people aren't working. So like that means you're working while everyone else isn't working. Right. So it's kind of hard to see your family and friends often. So I can totally relate to those sentiments. I used to basically work every other weekend. I probably maybe over the course of a year might have 10 weekends off, like just both Saturday and Sunday, like maybe 10 weekends off. It might even be less than that over a course of a year, just because constantly switching weekends with people. So when I had those weekends off, I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to just like sit at home and make those days go by as slow as possible. Now it seems like I get weekends off now. I guess it's a luxury that a lot of people don't maybe they look past. So I cannot overemphasize anyone who's like listening to this and thinking that like, hey, it's not that big of a deal. It can be a pain working those hours. And yeah, it's sometimes you're just dealing with people all day long and you just want to like turn it off.
Yeah. Like just not talk. And I work in a branch of retail where it benefits me more financially, and when it comes to my numbers, as a employee, to work more weekends. I think 2 years ago, I could count on one hand how many times I had one weekend off. It was usually a requested off because I was going on vacation or something was going on. But I hardly ever get like weekends off, and I do my own schedule.
I mean, those are the,
You
like I
know?
said, you have to work the hours that people have off. Those are the
Yep.
primo hours.
And if you want to make more money,
Yeah, if you're
you know, and you're in a sales type of retail, and that money comes in on the weekend, then that's when you work. Though, you know, like I don't just do it for my own personal numbers as an employee, but I do it just for the fact that I want extra money for myself or this stuff, or you know.
Yeah, you don't have to explain to anyone why you want more money. We all want more money.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's always that one person who's like, I don't need more money, man. Money's not the end all. It's not happiness. It ain't going to buy you happiness or love. It'll buy you love.
I mean, they make dolls.
Yeah, they do make dolls. But so, you know, I think that has man, we kind of drift a little bit from the holidays, but I mean, I guess it's related at the end of the day. It's just like another example of why, like, I think sometimes working retail has kind of made me a little jaded towards just get-togethers and stuff like that. Because I wish I could see my nieces and nephews, in-laws, more, you know, and my sister-in-laws. I love my sister-in-laws. I wish I could hang out with them on a daily basis, but you know, they live past that point where it's, you know, I mean, shit, we only live like on a good green light scenario 35 minutes away, and it's still sometimes hard.
Yeah, we also, like, that's the great thing about technology. I guess the one thing we talk about gaming a lot. That's how we
hang out
every day. I mean, we talk every single day. Very few days go by that we don't talk to each other. Whether we're recording this podcast or we're playing game, a lot of our brainstorming about the podcast is over Xbox Live.
Yeah, and this might be an unpopular opinion to fucking boomers, but sometimes when we have like a party group on Xbox of like our friends, that to me sometimes is more fun than going out to the bar.
It's way cheaper.
It's definitely way cheaper. You don't pay the price for it the next day.
Yep. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I enjoy going out here or there, but it's not a part of our life as much as it used to be. I do still enjoy the human interaction with my friends and my family, but we still, I guess my point is, we still see each other a whole lot. Same thing. It's probably like, as maybe everyone gets to know us more, there's kind of a core three of us, really. Me, you, and Cerberus will be the other one we'll call. But we get a lot of us time via the Xbox Live.
And you could, here's something to chew. Do you think a lot of it has to do with the fact that maybe it's not necessarily that we enjoy it? Like, why do I, at least personally, enjoy just, instead of all three of us going out, just getting on and playing for 5 hours? Do we enjoy that, or do I enjoy that more because I think I've already done as much going out as there is to do?
Well, I mean, to be frank, the only reason I used to go out and party was to get laid. I'm just saying, like, to be honest, 95% of us go out to the bars to try to find someone to have intercourse with. I found that someone. I put a ring on her finger. We created a child.
So now it's like there's really no point of going out there and just...
I still like to go out here or there, but yeah, we've had our party days, and I still like to get wild a little bit here or there. But I don't. As much as we mentioned the cost savings, it really is the recovery is the bigger issue. I cherish every moment, really, like, not to sound cliche, with my son. And I don't like to be hungover daddy the next day.
Yeah, well, hungover daddy, I'm sure doesn't feel good either because you know that's when the kid's going to be like the most loud and obnoxious.
Everything's piercing at that point.
But I used to go out with, you know, even like with my girlfriend at the time, my wife. Now I keep saying that, but just
my wife.
Listen, I didn't date that much, so usually if I'm saying my girlfriend, there's a good chance it's.
I don't think you should correct yourself anymore. I think you should just say girlfriend and let her try to like get like insecure about, like, is he talking about me?
Yeah.
Like,
and she was the best, but I got married.
And she did this weird thing with her tongue.
Yeah, because I only consider one person my ex. Because even like the girl that I dated right before my wife, I hate when people call her like my ex-girlfriend, because that's not it at all. Like it was just. I hate that title because that comes with such a negative connotation,
Yeah, I agree.
and she's even to now.
You guys are
That's
good
actually
friends.
another perfect example of someone that I would love to see every day, and I don't. And calm down, folks. She's friends with my wife too, but that's someone that's near and dear to my heart as well. Like she's one of my best friends, and she stood up at our wedding. So. But
and she's like, she objected.
Let me get one more in. But that's someone I would love to hang out with every day. She also has a kid. And it sucks that they're like at a certain hour mark away that it's like it just makes it an inconvenience. And I hate saying that word because it's like you're just being lazy. No, it's just a pain in the ass. There's no other. I'm being honest. It's a pain in the ass.
I would say the bigger reason I like getting together and seeing each other is more the children. I love seeing people interact with my son.
Yeah.
So like if we're gonna go party, he ain't gonna go with. So let's just like, I'll have a couple beers and let's go shoot some aliens or terrorists.
Yeah. But even like when I wasn't single, I was still going out a lot. And I personally think that I just went out a lot to the point where like there's just no more. It's not the same anymore. And back then, I didn't mind getting hammered and just passing out anywhere. Like now, I just want to be home, and like now you have to get a babysitter if you're going out like at late at night. If both of you want to go out, which that's like the fun part. Like I wish we still, and I think we will eventually, especially with kids. We probably won't. I don't know if we'll do Vegas again. All the adults. Obviously not the kids.
Yeah.
But we'll probably do a vacation again together, like a Disney World. I could see us like doing together. But like
They're opening up the Star Wars hotel in like a year, I think. So.
But I would like to do like another
Excited for
adult only vacation. But it's such a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass to go out for one night and find a babysitter who's going to be able to essentially just be with your kid 24/7 for X amount of days. It's bad enough doing it for X amount of hours, let alone X amount of days. Even for like, who just got married recently, Cerberus. Like, it was fun. We got hammered, but then it's like we come home and we gotta, like tag out the fucking babysitter, and it's not as fun anymore. Like it's again, I don't want to sound like I'm saddened that I have a kid. It's different. Like that whole going out and drinking and partying, not that that's the only way to have social like interactions. I could always go out and have like lunch with, certain people, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just not like at this point in time. I'm just really not a big drinker either. I don't really need a whole lot to.
I don't
loosen
drink.
up. Yeah,
that's what's crazy. Like a lot of people think I still drink. Like I only drink when I'm like last time I drank was at
probably my son's birthday party.
No, my daughter's birthday party.
Yeah.
Then your son's birthday party. Then the Cubs game.
Oh yeah. See, now
day drinking.
Yes,
Yeah.
Day drinking. I'm a big fan of. Still, I like going out or just whatever, going to someone's place and having a party, or like I like going to the horse track. That's one of my favorite things to do is go to the horse track and just get hammered. Part of the like. I will say one of the biggest issues with being hungover the next day is you're fucking with your sleep pattern.
Yeah.
I think if you get hammered, go to sleep at your usual time and wake up, it's a game changer.
You feel great. You feel normal.
I don't know if you feel great, but you don't feel.
You don't feel shitty like if you just like drink until 3 in the morning.
Slight cold instead of the flu.
We went to a Cubs game in August, I think it was. It was a Sunday afternoon game. Man, did I get shit-faced. And it was so much fun because it's like you're home and sober by the time it's like dinner. Sure, you still feel the effects, obviously. This is not going to just leave your system. But it was so much more fun to me than going out at night and just, all of a sudden you look at your watch. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's like, ugh. And you're going to be hurting the next day. It's like, let's just play a video game.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. I had to be back in October. I went to a bachelor party, and it's like, you got the juice flowing again. Like,
yeah.
It was a real good time.
I think once you're there, you're fine. It's
Yep.
like the gym.
Yeah.
You got to convince yourself to go there, but once you're there,
that's a good point.
Yeah.
I get anxiety leading up to it.
Yeah.
But I do have to prepare myself so much differently for an evening of drinking than I did in the past. I used to, like, back in the day, I'd drink on an empty stomach and feel great the next day. Now, if I try that, I'm dead for the next day.
A hangover now at our age is it doesn't
life altering.
Yeah, it's not like it doesn't only give you like your normal hangover issues like a headache, everything's bright, you're dizzy, you may throw up. Now it's also like a physical, like you hurt. Mm-hmm. There's pains involved.
Like your asshole's gaping.
You start thinking there's something wrong with certain body part. Like you're like, why am I sore on my like right tricep? What's happening there? Is that a lump? Like it's just things happen to your body now that's like, ugh. But it only happens at night. Like when I do like day drinking, that doesn't happen.
I think because I'd still go back to the food thing for me. When I day drink, I'll still eat, and usually if I drink in the evening,
you're not eating.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no food at 2:00 in the morning. Yeah,
so it fucks with me.
But
you get drunker faster. So.
Unless you're on vacation. Vacation is different. I feel like I'm on vacation.
Your body takes over.
Yeah. Damn, I was gonna say something, and now I can't think. But anyway, I guess we could bring it back to
we're in a bit of a holidays.
Yeah.
Days.
Going back to the holidays. I don't know. I do enjoy the food. I mean, that goes along with like Thanksgiving, but
it's usually kind of a similar
my
setup.
Wife and sisters and mother-in-law, or my mother-in-law, they love baking cookies and sweets and stuff like that. Like I feel like there's always shit to eat around the house.
Do you have a go-to? So like, what are your thoughts on eggnog?
Love it.
Yep.
My wife hates it.
Oh man, so I can't get enough of it.
I just had like what I felt was my best one I've ever had, and it was Oberweis.
Yep. Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
So good.
We used to when we lived in Aurora.
I pounded it like half of the gallon.
When we lived in Aurora, we're like a mile from the Oberweis place, so I'd always go there and hook it up.
They're so good. My wife hates it.
Yeah, she's stupid.
Yeah, she's an
idiot.
She doesn't like coffee either.
You should go back to your girlfriend. It's like ex-girlfriend.
I love eggnog. I do like the food festivities, but again, it just I wish I could. I guess I wish I could experience it more, and I think so. Excuse me. I've been experiencing it a little bit more this year because I did give myself Christmas Eve off. Obviously, I don't work on Christmas. That's so far. That's still in the and morality's not all the way dead yet. Where stores make you work on Christmas Day, but
isn't Walmart open on Christmas? I think that, or maybe that's like the only day. Whatever.
I mean, some people have to stay open.
Yeah.
Like gas
like
stations,
the hospital,
police.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna. Wow, I'm losing my voice. I'm gonna be able to experience a little bit of that. I might do some day drinking. Might do some. Just be hanging out with the family. But every time, like the one thing that I do notice is every time that we do hang out, it's usually a holiday, and I just wish we did more things, I guess. But again, I'm not available that much. And I know it's a pain in the ass to get people to be like, hey, remember me? Let me know about a month ahead of time if you want to do something. Sometimes things pop up and you don't know shit a month away. A
lot of times it's just like, it's Friday and I feel like, having a cookout tomorrow.
Yeah. And I can't go because I work retail, unless I happen to have that day off. So I think at the end of the day, if I did work like a Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, or who knows, maybe this podcast blows up and we just work whenever we want to work.
That'd be awesome.
Remember
to like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, I'd be able to appreciate, just family time a little more, going out and, and meeting up with people that I haven't seen in a long time. Or you know what? They could just fucking get themselves an Xbox or a PlayStation at this point. I mean, Call of Duty is multi-platform, and we could talk there.
To cut you off here, let's go back to things I like about Christmas and goodies. Have you ever had those like Jingle Bells cookies with like the red and green sprinkles on them? They're literally shaped like bells. Some are Christmas trees. I think they're called Jingle Bells. I always forget. My mom would always.
It's just like a sugar cookie?
Basically, yeah.
I mean, I haven't had that specific one, but I love sugar cookies.
That's my favorite.
I know sugar cookies may be like a little plain and old school.
Sometimes keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, I do love it. They taste really good with milk. Like
eggnog.
Or eggnog. I'm a big fan of that cookie. There's one that my wife and her family makes. I think it's a peanut butter cookie-ish thing.
With the Hershey on top?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, those are the best.
Yep.
I don't know what they're called.
No.
Oh, that's a good...
Areolas. Christmas areolas.
The white fudge covered Oreos, if you eat them in my house without my wife giving you consent, she'll knock you the fuck out.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all right. I'm not a huge fan of them. Oreos aren't really like... What they're quality cookie, but I'm not gonna freak out about them.
It's just an Oreo on steroids. Essentially, what it is. I mean, anything covered in fucking chocolate, it's sign me up. I mean, it doesn't have to be white chocolate. You know, dark chocolate, milk chocolate. You cover that shit up with it. I'm good.
You know, as we sit here and we do this podcast, you guys can't see this, but he mentioned his monitor setup here, and I'm staring at his screensavers, and they're a Star Wars theme.
Screensavers?
Yeah. Sorry, wallpaper. Sorry. Wow, screensaver. Do those things exist anymore? Yeah, he has this like 3D pipe just going across like the screen right now. The boomers will get that. Anyway, Christmas, December has become the Star Wars month for sure. Like I get the Star Wars feeling, like you know how you hear an old song from like 2001, it just like takes you back to high school or something like that.
Yeah.
That's when like the second I see snow start falling and it gets a little chill in the air, I'm like, the force is strong with this winter.
I don't think it's just Star Wars. I think it's just essentially there's always a blockbuster coming out.
Sure,
You know, I mean, you can make the argument like Jumanji. Like if it wasn't Star Wars coming out this year, Jumanji's already out.
Star Wars literally like comes out every December though. Well, the every other December. I think Solo came out in the summer, but the other one came out in December as well.
There's always like something big. What is
Huge.
your take? Because this is again, not to keep bringing up retail, but it's a good. People that work retail tend to hate this.
Mm-hmm.
What is your take on Christmas music?
I love it.
Now, I'm gonna tell you what Christmas music I like. I like the originals.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I agree.
I don't like when you got
Mariah Carey in before.
Well, I'm even thinking about like the old school ones, like back from like the cartoon.
Baby,
of,
it's
like,
cold outside. Yeah,
or no, just even like Rudolph the Red-Nosed.
Sure.
But the original ones, not like the, some indie band fucking. yeah. So the place I work at, they are notorious for getting covers for these songs by like these. I make fun of like
gross.
Indie bands and stuff like that, but it's like like people you never heard of, and it's like a weird cover. And I like the classics. I like just the classic music, but I also don't like it starting in September.
Yeah,
I
agree. Like December 1st, December 31st, whatever. Fine, January 1st, January 2nd, Christmas music should be over.
That's it.
When I hear it, I like it. I'll even take a step further and I'll say Black Friday can be the first day of Christmas music. But I thoroughly enjoy Christmas music and Christmas movies in a very small sample.
Christmas movies. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh gosh,
CM Punk brought this up.
I'm not on the Die Hard the band, but
I don't know. Well, I am. I
I love it.
Both Die Hard 1 and 2 are good Christmas movies. He did forget about Gremlins.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
I mean, Christmas Vacation.
I think Christmas Vacation is like, when people say, I know my dad likes the one that CM Punk was complaining about. It's A Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah. Okay.
Happy birthday, me.
I always get confused with It's a Beautiful Life. There's another movie like that. But yeah, so I don't like that one.
I mean, The Christmas Story.
That's
a Christmas?
Christmas Story. Yeah.
That probably would be my favorite had I not seen it a million. I mean, I still will watch it once ago, but I've seen it so many times. I'm like, I probably don't ever need to see this movie.
Yeah, if I had to put them in a rank, I go Christmas Vacation first. That's my all-time just favorite. Then maybe Elf, Jingle. What's the one with Arnold? Jingle All the Way.
Oh, I forgot about that. I mean, I used to love the fuck out of that movie. I'm a big fan of The Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that's a good one. Scrooged
with Bill Murray. Yep.
Yeah.
The Muppets Christmas is really, especially the kids now. That's a classic.
Yeah, but I like the whole is there one that's called A Miracle on 34th Street or something like that? Yeah, like that. I just can't, no,
They've made that one like with the old ass Santa, and he's like, I think he's like on trial or something like that.
Take that shit. The Christmas Story. Take all that shit out. I don't care about any of that.
I mean, I firmly disagree with the Christmas Story comment.
Don't like them all.
But
yeah,
they're the worst.
Yeah.
Have you seen Netflix has a couple actually pretty decent Christmas movies? One's called Claws, just came out this December. It's an animated one. It's a pretty neat one. Like it's specifically like just visually pleasing.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen it on Netflix.
I really don't remember. I was just watching it here and there as my son was watching it, so I don't know the whole concept to it. But I'm like, it was really neat animation. And then there's the one. It's Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell. It's I think it's actually a pretty awesome like Christmas movie as far as like everyone can enjoy it.
Mm. I think going back to Christmas Vacation, what I like most about that movie is like I feel I could relate to the stresses when all those people were at the door and they come in and they're like, if you rub my back, I'll give you a whole quarter. And then he's like, once everyone's in the house, he's like, well, I'm going to go outside, park the cars, and I'll be back in a season. Yeah. like that's totally me. That's my anxiety.
Yeah, the movie's just overall, everything about that movie is just so well done. And just so I didn't realize, speaking of Bill Murray, I didn't realize his boss was his Bill Murray's brother.
In Christmas Vacation?
Yeah, his boss is Bill Murray's brother.
I guess, I mean,
you look at it, he's way shorter than him.
Yeah, I could literally watch Christmas Vacation like on rerun. Like it's such a good movie. I've been watching it since I was a kid, and now as an adult, it's even funnier because you can pick up on the adult jokes that are very PG, but you don't understand. You know, they give you the two pieces and you put it together back in your dirty place. You know, like
the scene when he's talking to the chick about like the underwear and shit. Like, as a kid, that didn't even register. And then whatever. The first time as an adult watching it, I was like, "Oh Jesus! Oh my! I'm blushing right now."
It's like in the old log. What was he saying? Not that I have a log. I'm just saying it's a bit nipply out.
Yeah.
That's nipple.
Yeah.
He makes that like,
and his son shows up. He's like taking the underwear. He's dabbing his because he's sweating.
So like, see, Russ can't see the line.
My wife always has like when October hits, she watches Hocus Pocus like every day. And then when
I need to see slasher movies in October.
I mean, you guys have two drastically different opinions on movies.
No, we meet together at the tip when it comes to Twilight.
Everything always comes back to Twilight. And when November hits, she watches Addams Family 2, Family Values, which there's a Thanksgiving theme. Like they have like a Thanksgiving play. So that's the only way I can connect those dots. But in December, it is Christmas Vacation, which I'm down with, and even Elf. Elf, I liked it when I first saw it, but I have come to really appreciate it more. And it's such a good.
It's hard to make a funny movie that's not rated R.
Exactly, it's such a great family movie.
And it's PG.
Yeah, and it really there's not even like jokes that you can misinterpret. Like it's just. We can go down like a actor rabbit hole if you want, but Will Ferrell. I always want to say Ferrell. He is at his best when he does PG. I think he's way more funny when I think his best movie is Kicking and Screaming. But when he is like when he doesn't. Don't get me wrong, he does some good rated R movies, but when he's like,
I mean, Step Brothers is fucking,
I'm not saying he does bad.
The other guys,
I'm not, but I think his best ones are PG.
I mean, I went into Elf thinking it was gonna suck because it's PG. I'm like, how can you be funny? And and it was funny as fuck.
Yeah, I was expecting to be real corny.
When he just like stupid shit, like when he's screaming Santa, the fucking snowball fight when he picks the gum out of the fucking staircase rail for like the subway, and I choose it. But
when he just like when he said Santa's coming and he just starts losing his mind, that scene always gets me.
The little person scene.
You're an angry elf.
Yeah. No, I definitely enjoy that, but yeah, I don't care for the classics. I definitely like the comedy ones. So Elf, I mean any Arnold movie.
I mean, he has like one Christmas movie.
I can't really think of any other Christmas movie that's out. I'm sure there's there's one that might not be as bad that I can't think of, but I don't know. I mean, my wife's on board with me that she likes Christmas Vacation, but I know she likes The Grinch.
Oh, actually, my son has been the new animated one. He's been watching like crazy, which I'm not. I actually have never really been a big fan of The Grinch. The Jim Carrey ones. I honestly I'd never liked The Grinch until maybe this year that my son like watching him enjoy it. I'm like, okay, I can kind of deal with this, but
you should get that song with Jim Carrey singing or rapping as the Grinch.
Yeah, no, I've heard it
with Busta Rhymes.
I prefer. My favorite Christmas song is Luda Christmas.
I can't think.
Yeah,
don't know if I heard that one.
Or you should get Death Row Records Christmas album. That's a good one too.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Snoop Dogg, Nate Dogg. Yeah, look it up. But
man, there was scratching for every dollar.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the best Christmas album of all time is NSYNC. I think it's just called Happy Holidays. I'm not sure the name of the title, but it's got to be the best.
Bublé.
God damn it. Yeah, you know the arguments me and my wife have. He's not bad. He's not great.
Yeah, I don't think he's.
But she loves him come Christmas time.
Michael, right? Is it Michael Bublé?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Some of the best Office episodes are all Christmas related.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the one? I think I posted it on Facebook recently. Like they actually the
pictures.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Except they didn't take the picture of Meredith's tits.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean Meredith when she catches her hair on fire. When Phyllis dresses as Santa and goes and gets into that fight with Michael because he wants to be Santa, so then Michael inverts his outfit and becomes Jesus.
Yep.
Or not Jesus, but God.
One of my favorite just quick interactions is when Dwight buys all those dolls, like the unicorn and then Toby and Daryl are fighting over it, and finally Toby's just I need this win, man. Like, can you? And so Daryl's like, I'll sell it to you, and it's a black one, and he's like,
he's like, what? What's wrong with it?
Yeah.
Do you not like it for whatever reason?
No, he's it's okay.
The part that gets me laughing is when Michael knows the little theme. My horn can pierce.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. You're right. That's probably.
I can't think of the name of the doll.
Yeah, I don't.
But he's like,
my horn can pierce the sky.
Yeah,
that's right.
He's like, oh, is that blank? And then he's like, I love that.
He does.
My horn can. And Jim's like, what the fuck?
The snowball fight with actually. One of the meanest episodes or things that I thought Jim ever did is when he fucking chucks that snowball in Dwight's face. I mean, it's hilarious, but man, I'll be honest, that happened. That's fight. Literally we have to fight.
Yeah.
And Dwight's shown he hides weapons in the office.
Yeah. But I mean, Dwight definitely got the better of him.
Yeah. He won that round.
Regardless, I still think obviously at the end of it, Jim won the war. He just won that battle.
The best episode of the OC is the Chrismukkah episodes.
I don't even know what the OC is.
How do I know?
No, I don't even know what the OC is. Is that like Orange County?
We're gonna have to cut this. Yeah.
Okay.
There it is. It's really good programming.
I'm sure it's not.
Sure it is.
I think now that I think about it, a lot of sitcoms.
Yeah.
Sitcoms.
Yeah.
Are they always have a really good Christmas episode? I think so. I just rewatched Friends recently.
Mm-hmm. We're watching it right now.
Most of the Christmas episodes are always a good one. I'm big fan of The Big Bang Theory. Same thing. The Christmas episodes are always there's never a dull one. It's always...
is that your thing? I bring up a bad TV show and you bring up a bad TV show?
Big Bang Theory. By the way, this guy here believes that The Big Bang Theory is... Well, first of all, he hasn't watched it.
Yeah. I've seen enough of it.
So he's just pulling a Cerberus.
Yeah. That's an old gut buster.
He's just not liking it to not like it. Because it's the uneducated Americans TV show. But I'm a big fan of The Big Bang Theory. Actually, you know who got me into it was my father-in-law said that he watched it and he enjoyed it, and it came up on TV, and I was like, oh, this is the one that so and so likes, and yeah, I like. I mean, Penny drew me in, but then, but once again, it's like the whole character build-up. Like Sheldon is obviously a scientific genius, but his personality reminds me a lot about Cerberus.
Except he's funny.
Yeah. Well, no.
Yeah, I know. He's not trying to be funny. Good point.
But
That he's a virgin? Is that it?
Yes.
How I Met Your Mother has some good Christmas episodes.
Yes.
They actually
that's the other one.
That might be my all-time favorite show, to be honest with you.
By the way, I almost went with my last week's podcast. Yeah, Robin. I can't think of her real name. But
it's
for both female crush and also person I would bring into the spaceship because of her usage in Marvel.
If we ever do a pod about shows we wish more people watched, or movies, she's on a show that I wish more people saw.
What?
Friends from College. Is that Friends from College, I believe. It's on Netflix. Fred Savage is on it too. Peele's on it. Wait, Jordan Peele's the one who made Us.
Yes.
Sorry. The other one. I forget his name. Sorry. Jordan Peele's the more successful one. Not that we're comparing the two.
My threshold of how much like TV shows, and that includes Netflix, that I watch is very seldom. It probably has a lot to do with how much I game. I would rather just like, if I'm doing something like just, I don't have to use my brain, like play Destiny multiplayer, I'll put like The Office on because I could literally hear it and I'm seeing it. Like I don't need to look at the TV screen to know what's going on.
I specifically seek out like half an hour long shows for shows to watch. So like an hour long show, just like usually the only time I really watch TV is if my wife wants to watch a show. We'll watch a show together. Otherwise, I don't really catch up with it too much. But if it's like a half an hour long, it's like the perfect time. You maybe get 2 episodes in a night, something like that. And this is like a half an hour sitcom, basically.
Yeah, I cannot get into the shit my wife watches. Like we both have the same taste in movies, but when it comes to TV shows, they're drastically different.
No, she has like some of the worst tastes ever
like
in TV shows.
I mean, she likes obviously Friends.
There's certain ones. Everyone's
How I Met Your Mother
fucking goes under.
Big Bang Theory. She's not. I mean, she sees The Office, but she's not like an advocate for it.
We have a problem right now because everyone should be.
But like she'll watch like a lot of reality TV.
Yeah.
So like she'll watch like The Voice, which is that technically reality
Yeah,
TV?
it is. Competition, whatever.
Like Naked and Afraid, cooking shows.
Cooking shows I get a little bit.
Wedding, like
I can't sit down and watch a cooking show. I can put a cooking show on in the background while I'm like cooking.
The only reality TV show that we both enjoy is The Jersey Shore,
which that's even passed me by. So
it's not bad. Like the new.
Yeah, I just.
They're good. I mean, I don't know if they're better, but they're definitely. I mean, Paul AD and Vinny are definitely way.
I've seen clips
I don't know
from
if
them.
the reason, but I saw like a best of Paul AD and Vinny the other day. I was fucking dying. Where he's like, I'm gonna fist pump until my fucking arm falls off.
Okay, I don't really know your wife's taste in TV shows. I spoke out of turn, but some of the video games I've seen her play are some of the worst. Like
Zoo Tycoon.
I'm trying to think of some of there's other ones out there that there's way lamer than like an actual like child's game. I'm like, I can't. Like, you've played this?
I can't think of anything aside from Zoo Tycoon.
It's from like Xbox 360 era, probably.
Oh,
I don't think she plays video games anymore.
Yeah, I think she definitely needs to hit that part of her brain, I guess, that requires a little bit more of like childish gaming.
Colorful stimulus.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she in her heyday she would play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
She didn't play Destiny for a long time. Like Destiny 1.
Haven't heard that name in years.
But then she like needs to make up for it by playing like Sims. I don't mind Sims.
Yeah.
I like Sims. But then like Zoo Tycoon or fucking I don't know, Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, like I know there's like some sort of like really out there game. I remember back when we lived together, she got it, and I was like, man, it took a lot of me not to be mean to her about it.
I'm trying to think of what could it be. I mean, I have all the games in there.
I feel like a knockoff of like Spyro the Dragon or something I saw.
Yeah, I'd have to see what it was.
Zoo Tycoon's actually kind of a legitimate choice. You know, it reminds me of like SimCity. I mean, it's the same thing.
I'm a big fan
but
of
a zoo.
like those type of games, like build something. I'm still eyeballing Jurassic. Is it Jurassic World? Jurassic World something.
I thought you got it.
They never put it on sale. I wasn't gonna pay $60 or something. Yeah. I'm not gonna play that much.
To go back to video games and talk about the holiday and everything we've brought around. Like that's new Star Wars game I want to play. Vicious.
Yeah, I think I'm in your boat. There's no way I'm not gonna buy it after watching the movie.
And I'm
almost considering buying the fucking Xbox X that comes with the fucking thing.
You get like $20 off the game. It's a good deal. That's another thing to go to my theory about like this is Star Wars month because I remember 64 days and GameCube days, all the Star Wars games always came out like the end of November, December for, the holidays.
Yeah.
For Christmas, the Christmas push would always be same thing. And the more recent Star Wars, the Battlefront games all came out this time of the year.
This is...
Or maybe that's when I bought them.
Goes back to like you could make the argument it's the same thing in Thanksgiving, but it's something that happens in Christmas as well that I do enjoy. It's waking up and walking around the house and it just smells like either food.
Oh yeah.
And I'm so glad my wife likes this because it's my favorite scent when it comes to candles around the holidays, like evergreen or pine, like
like in my household, in my house. Yeah. Yes, evergreen. Like that is my favorite. Yeah. My mother-in-law every year buys me like an evergreen, whatever, some sort of like.
The because you say you liked it once, or you're
yeah.
Like, here
I'm not complaining. Boom. I'm not complaining. I love it.
That's what my mom does the same shit. Like, I remember I told my mom once that I liked salmon, and I had salmon like fucking every other day. Mm-hmm. I'm not a fan of like candles that smell like food because I always feel like it's false advertising. It's like someone baking a cake. No, it's a candle I got from. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I think it's just. It sounds. I don't know. It seems gross to me to think of like that. That smell is wax. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's some that like smell really good. That's like smells like someone's literally baking a fucking pumpkin pie. Mm-hmm. I would rather smell a real pumpkin pie.
Yeah, it's a dick tease because
I'm just like sitting around hungry all day. But yeah, evergreen just smells like Christmas, and she just bought a couple big of the Yankee Candle. Candles of
the Daddy Yankee candle.
Yeah, when you light it up, it says gasolina. I don't even know if he's the one that
smells like gasolina.
I think he's the one who sings.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
who sings
that.
Accurate. But yeah. Is there anything else?
Yeah, I feel like we busted our load here. We went in a lot of directions there. I don't know how to tie it back into holiday.
I just don't think there is that much. Essentially, we covered food, traditions, family.
Real Christmas. Did you ever get a real Christmas tree?
No.
That used to be our tradition. Is 1 year we will get a real Christmas tree. Like I'm gonna drag my son out there. We'll have a real Christmas tree 1 year.
Yeah, I ain't about.
But then it'll be fake after that.
I ain't about that tradition. I don't give a fuck. I'll get a real wreath, but not
It like that Christmas vacation, watching them drag their feet through that snow. And like really, like I relate to that 100%.
I'd rather just go out sledding.
Sure.
Run do shit in the
I would,
snow.
especially as a child, I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
I used to hate actually doing that. That's the only
really?
I hated it. Once we got like the tree home and everything, I thought it was cool. But the whole process, because 2 minutes into it, your feet are freezing. But
you gotta go there like suited,
yeah,
boots.
I mean,
and
still,
stuff.
But you're out. Like, how long is that going to keep you warm?
My dad had to drag me out there. Like my fingers are already purple and shit. It's like, listen, we're gonna have to. In 2 minutes, we gotta cut them out. Like we gotta go.
But I'm gonna drag my son and make him do that shit too.
So it was on the north side of the city. I don't know if it was within the city limits of Chicago. I want to say it was like maybe Evanston or something. There's like this big ass hill that has 3 hills. It has
with eyes,
like a small, medium, large. I mean, the big one was fucking
Mucho big.
For a kid, it was terrifying, but it was fun. I mean, once and there's no stopping that shit. You can hit the brakes as much as you want. You ain't stopping. That's gravity. But I loved going there. Like, it was such a fucking treat to go sledding. It was so much fun. It is a fucking pain in the ass when you have to like climb the fucking hill again.
Or like, I hate like, my dream is to find a nice hill secluded somewhere that no one knows about.
And just fucking slide like crazy.
Because
there's always those crazy rambunctious fucks that like.
There's always those Cerberuses.
Yeah, that they just want to get right in. Like, they have no. They don't have a problem running into you. There's just like the wild childs, and I can't have that shit around my. Mm-hmm. First of all, I don't want them to, show my daughter like, hey, it's okay to be crazy. Yeah. Look, his parents don't fucking yell at him. Mm-hmm. But no, yeah, there's a certain way you gotta act in public, and trying to trample people over with metal fucking sleds is not one of them. But yeah, I remember I got a sled for Christmas. That's when I got my first sled. And it wasn't like the fucking wooden with blades shit. No, it was like a plastic one. Had a little, like brakes, but
which you're blowing my mind that you had a sled with brakes. I've never operated a sled with brakes.
It's essentially these two little handles that you lift, and as you lift, they're
like anchors in the ground.
Right. So it's almost like the brakes on a rollerblade. Mm-hmm. I could only imagine because I don't do that sport.
I rollerbladed at one time.
I did too. For a little bit.
They were my sister's rollerblades, by the way.
Yeah. So. Well. I don't think they make them for men. Yeah,
I look good in them. I look good in them.
I guess it's because we're in the Midwest. Like I think rollerblades. I think you just go to California on the boardwalk and rollerblade.
The weird thing is I'd wear like your sports bras too when I did it. So
I mean, you got to keep them from shaking.
Yeah, exactly. Hurts.
But like sledding, I want to probably next year. I'll take my daughter sledding unless that little spot we saw today works.
Yeah, I mean, that works for her age at the moment. I mean, that's going to get real weak sauce real fast. That's actually ideal size for her age.
Right. Hell, you can even probably do it where we did the football thing.
Yeah, then you can just walk. Good point. Yeah. I was just thinking, okay, sorry. Those were two different spots. For some reason, I was thinking that was the same spot.
But like the whole fake tree thing, I don't know. I just feel like here's what's going to happen is we're going to leave it up too long, and then it's going to start like all the like fucking needles are going to start falling down.
No, it's going to be awful. That's why we'll do it 1 year and 1 year only.
Yeah. Like you almost want to make sure you get like a big tree rug just in case that happens. And they start, but even like the carrying out part's going to just, and I feel like those needles are going to get embedded in the carpet.
Sap.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I yawned there.
My dog might pee on it.
That's
Or drink the water underneath.
Definitely 100% is going to drink the water out of it. There's no way of stopping that.
But anyways, we wish you folks a Merry Christmas. So it'll be I think,
and a Happy New Year if we don't. I'm not saying Happy Holidays, okay, guys?
Yeah.
This is the war on Christmas. Goddamn it.
Yeah.
Happy Holidays.
We should be able to do one before New Year's.
Yeah, we definitely. Maybe we'll do a live one. We're coming here
like
on New Year's Eve.
One?
Yeah, we're here on New Year's Eve. So we're gonna have our friends Thanksgiving thing on New Year's Eve. So
when does New Year's land? Is that on a Sunday?
On the 1st? I think it's like I know next. I think it's like a Thursday. Thursday or Friday.
So we definitely have to. Okay, so the 31st is a Tuesday, so we have to have one by the 30th.
Good point.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll do a live one too. Maybe we'll. For the new year, we'll post it. We're not going to do a live one, by the way.
Like a stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
We're not there yet. But we do wish you and your families a Merry Christmas.
And a Happy Holiday.
We're definitely, obviously, making this before. This is made prior to Christmas week. Mm-hmm. But Christmas will be in 2 days after you guys, well, depending on when you watch this, 2 days after we post this. So, hopefully you guys get everything that you want. If not, just buy it yourself is what I do. It works. It works because then you get the right size. You get exactly what you want. And you don't have to worry about those awkward facial expressions when you open up a box of shit that you don't want.
Merry Christmas, Brad.
Damn, fuck you. But yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Oh, and if you guys watch this on YouTube, make sure you don't have to comment. but we would definitely appreciate at least a Christmas like and a Christmas subscribe. This isn't like it's Twitch. You don't have to like pay money to subscribe. Just hit that fucking subscribe button.
Nice.
Look at that. Look at that. Just do it for the just do it for the sweaters. It's actually pretty nice.
Yep, thank you. Thank you. Shawn Michaels is on my sweater. If you guys don't know who he is, he's a Heartbreak Kid.
I got R2D2.
Hope you guys have stuck around to hear this last portion since we said happy birthday happy birthday Jesus and happy holidays everyone else.
Or what they called Sheldon once in Big Bang Theory, R2D bag.
Oh, okay, that's a good burn. That's a good burn.
Anyways, see you
Toodles.
next week.